Hi everybody, it's Ellen from Yarn Doc, and I have a Temu haul today, but there's no yarn in it. It's all notions and potions. Well, no potions, but all notions. So, just gonna jump right in. So, the first thing I actually got two of these. They're random colors, but they're all pastels. So, I got this, it's actually a baby blue, very light, quite easy, but it's nice because on one side I have inches and on the other side I have centimeters, and you pull it out and it stays wherever you put it, and then you push the button and it goes back in. It's perfect. It just goes in my little notions bag, and that I stick in my project bag, and then I've got something when I'm on the go. So I'm very pleased with this. It was ridiculously cheap. I think with the discounts and the bargains and everything on Temu, it was somewhere between, it was under €2 each for these. So very, very handy. I can never find a measuring tape in my house, and this is perfect because it will fit in my notions bag. So that's the first thing I got. Very happy with that. Very handy. Then I did go in and buy these, and they are the little tags that you can put on something that you make, and it folds over, and they put it does come with the hardware. And so I think this was a 50-piece set. There isn't a number on it, and I bought the multicolor. And so, oops, there we go. The hardware, you just push two of these pieces together and it will hold it on. These are really low quality. I mean, I should have known from the price and that. I also didn't notice the error there. Handmade should be one word, not two. And that would drive me crazy. Now that I've seen it, I know it's wrong, and I couldn't put it on anything that I made. So I'm going to send these back, because also the hardware, come on, hardware. I need a male and a female part. So the idea is that you would have something knitted or crocheted. You'd put this around the edge. You put the male side through, and then clip the female side on, and then that would be just clipped onto your project. But they come apart super easy. So it's nothing that you could put on a project that you gave to a child, or a house with a child in it, or that would survive a washing machine. So basically, it's just not high enough quality to keep, which is unfortunate, because otherwise it's pretty cute design. But for me, I will be sending these back. You can decide for yourself what you like and whether you do it or not. But the hardware especially, if I could get over the grammatical error, I can't get over the unusable hardware. So that's that. These I've never had before, and I wanted to try them out. I've been doing a little more amigurumi lately, and these are to make the limbs movable. So if you want your arms and legs to be able to go, they seem to be constructed very much like a safety eye. So they've got the screw, and then the washer that connects into. me see. I have to get, there's 3 pieces. There's the screw, then there's the washer, and then there's the nut. So it should go together, what can we see? Like that. Now, so this would be on, like, I guess in the leg, and this side would be in the body. And then it should allow it to maneuver. You would have to completely sew up the top of the leg. You couldn't do it so that you've sewn the leg totally on or it wouldn't move. But I thought it could be fun to try, and it was really inexpensive. So, and I've had pretty good luck with safety eyes from Temu. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a try. That, I actually have to make something in order to try it out with. So I will let you know in a later review how they are, but it seems pretty straightforward. I bought this. You've probably seen them. There's so much discussion about weight and size and that takes place all the time, but especially on YouTube when we're looking at yarns, and if it says it's a certain weight and we're going, it can't possibly be. But I tried it on a few different yarns, and almost everything, like in that lace weight category down there, you can get a DK weight, no problem. In fingerling, I could put a bulky yarn in there, and it was wide enough that I would have been categorizing what was clearly a number 5 yarn and identifies as a number 5 yarn in fingerling. This is garbage, and it's totally warped. So I only paid €1.04 for it, but it wasn't worth that because I can't even use it as firewood. Like, it's really useless. Get a ruler with an inch and do the wrap test, because these things, I don't know, maybe some of the high-end ones, I've seen some of the yarn companies actually put some of these out, and they're significantly more money. Maybe those are more accurate, but this is going back. And speaking of going back, I said there was no yarn, and so technically there isn't any yarn in this. This is supposed to be faux leather cording. And it's very faux. All right, there it is in the plastic. And I don't really want to take it out of, well, I'll take it out, because I'm just afraid that it's going to get all tangled, because there's absolutely nothing holding it together. But the listing is probably right here, beside my head, and you can see the difference between the picture and what actually came. I can't make anything out of this. I was thinking it would make a cool basket. I've moved into my new office area here. I'm still in the process of moving in and getting settled, but I could use some like baskets and stuff to just put stuff in, be organized. And my new office is about half the amount of space, so I really need it to be organized and structured, and it's the kind of person I am. And so I was thinking, oh, that could make some cool baskets, and then it would have enough structure to sort of hold together. Yeah. Also, this smells like it's sort of like punching me in the face with the smell of it, like plastic, chemical, and that's what it is. I mean, it's just a plastic cord. It doesn't particularly look like leather, doesn't particularly feel like leather. This is also going back. If you have a project that would work for, I think it would work. I think you could work. Spin it around on a, let me grab a hook. I have my notions bag here. Why not? Let's see, maybe you need something like this for a project and, oh, you can't even see. I can't even get it pulled through to make a slip knot. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's not a big enough hook. Let's just grab a big one and see if I can chain. It's gonna be really, like, I'm having to, it can be done. Like, if you're determined enough, you could. And if there's something that you're like, I just need some plastic string, it could work for you. But for me and for what I bought it for, it's not going to work. It smells really bad. My office now smells terrible. It smells like this, and I was doing burn tests earlier today, and it's just like, oh. Okay, so that one's going back. Where do I go next? Let's go to these. I like the plastic stitch markers that look like a safety pin. Those are my absolute favorite because I can leave them on to go in the washer and the dryer, and they're just easy to clip on and off. And I know they don't look like much, and I know they're totally cheap, but that's what I like. But this was just so cute. So and there are stitch markers to go in each of those holes. They just didn't come on it. And so I thought maybe if I was doing something for you guys where I was using one, or they were like under €3 for the set, and it was just so cute. I just couldn't not. So, and they are a pretty good quality. I mean, this is quite a good little. So I think they would be easy to use. They're really cute. They're each is a different color. So if you were doing, you know, color work or something where it would be handy to just be like, okay, the blue one is this and the pink one is that. And I think it's adorable and definitely worth what I paid for it. But kind of the other reason I got them is I was getting this. And then as I was checking out, it suggests, are you sure you've gotten everything you want? Would you like to add something to the cart? Cut down on shipping and environmental concerns. And that's when I saw the stitch markers, and they matched these little, they're just little scissors. They're just so cute. And we always need scissors in our Notion bag. And I have a Notion bag that goes in each project bag. So I can never have enough just little minis. And let's see. Let me pull up a yarn here. Sorry. I popped out of camera, but that was because I had yarn down there. Stay. It wants to roll away. Let's see. So I thought that was adorable. It comes in its own little holster, which says made with love on the back and has a little yarn heart on the front. It matched the stitch markers so well. And it comes like also in this nice little case. And again, it was like €2 or €3, it says here. I couldn't pass it up. They work, they fit great. Easy to just throw this in a notions bag. If you have an even smaller notions bag, you can just do this thing. You can't get smaller set of scissors than this, I don't think. And, you know, it came with the matching stitch marker. These I'm very pleased with. I think you would be very, very pleased if you purchased those. And you would look so coordinated to all your yarn friends. So I'm gonna do these because they're sitting on my lap. As I said, I need to do some baskets and little like organizational systems. And so I have never used these, but both sets were under €5 each. And this was under €2, and there's 2 of these in there. And I just thought, okay, that's pretty. Now, this one they showed like as the side of a purse with this sort of the front and the back of the purse, and then the sides were crocheted, so the 2 pieces were held together. I don't think I would use it for that. I think I would use it for the basket and probably put the pretty side inside, or I don't know. I thought that was pretty. And I've never used these, but it seemed like a really good idea to have that hard base. And I just have to figure out how to start it. But I will let you know what I think of these. But they're I mean, if I really wanted to, I could break them for sure. But they're better quality than I was expecting. I was almost worried that they might be basically cardboard, but they're not. They're a generous plywood, and so they have some sturdiness to them. And yeah, I'll need to use a thicker weight yarn, clearly from the size of those holes, than what I've been enjoying working with lately, but I thought they were worth a try. I will get back to you on how it works. Or maybe you will see one sitting here in a future review, unboxing, whatever. But so far, first impression of these are pretty good. Yeah. Put those there. These were, again, super cheap. I got 2 of them, and I already have my current project in one. I'm working on a lace weight shawl or fingerling. Not sure actually where it falls, but it's one of these 4-strand thread cakes, bubble. And I've been going everywhere with it and moving it around, and I really liked it. It's perfect size for one of those, and it just keeps it from getting messed up or tangled or snagged or dirty, because as I said, I've been going everywhere from the car into, can you hear the dogs? If you can hear the dogs, I'm really sorry. My husband came home and they go crazy when he comes home. They're like, we're going out. Yeah, but they'll bark like crazy until they do. So anyway, I think I paid about €3 for them. I got 2. They had a few different designs you could choose from, and I got 2 different designs just for fun, and why not? And also, I got different ones so that if I'm working on multiple projects at the same time, I know which one to grab, because I'll know which bauble is in which bag. They are really for cakes, like they're sort of cake size, cake shaped, working from the middle. A skein, I don't know how well that would do. Let me grab one here. Oh, that could also work too. Yeah, so not really a problem. So I thought that was good. So this bag goes inside the project bag, beside the Notion bag. I sound like a bag lady at this point, but I like things organized and structured. And I really liked that it protects the yarn and yeah, keeps it clean. And so I'm very pleased with these. It's quite thick. It's almost like insulated. You could put your soda in there if you were going on a picnic or something and it would stay warm, I think. But there's a little handle for it. Good quality zipper. Easy to... Definitely worth the cost of that. And yeah, as I said, I've already got the other one in service. Opened the bag and in it went. Then... last thing I have in my Notions haul are 3 sets of hooks. Traveling in July, going on a plane, and I have always taken my crochet hooks on the plane, in the cabin, never had a problem, but more and more I'm hearing stories that they're not letting the metal hooks go on the plane, and I am a metal hook Susan Bates kind of girl. Like, that's it. I just have sets and sets and sets, and that is all you find in my Notion bag. But if you buy Susan Bates, you know they're not cheap. And buying them in Europe when they have to be shipped from the US, and so I am paying shipping, I am paying import fees. My hooks aren't cheap. So I thought maybe I can pack the good hooks in my suitcase and find a set of hooks that I can use for actually working on the plane, because I'm not going to sit for 9 hours and not crochet. That's not workable for me. So these ones probably are not going to be the winner for me. I couldn't tell. I am an inline girl. I am not a tapered hook girl. And I thought from the picture that might be kind of inliney, but it's pretty tapered. I'm going to try them, especially because they have a really nice grip. I like the grip on them. It's rubbery but soft, and yeah, I think it even claims to be ergonomic. How do you say that word right? Ergonomic? Yeah. So I'll try them. I'll try them and see. They have a very short shaft as far as that goes. I mean, the metal goes down, but the actual size part of it is it's pretty small. But this is, I think that's actually metal. I think that's aluminum, coated aluminum. So I probably can't take it on the plane anyway. I'm going to try them. I'm going to try them out and see how they go. But yeah, how many hooks did I get in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hooks, that's right. Yes, 8 hooks. So it seems like a real bargain. 8 hooks for less than I'd pay for 1 hook. Good range of sizes, all the way up to a size 6 millimeters. So we go from 2 millimeter I think is the smallest. Yeah, 2 millimeter up to 6 millimeter. And yeah. So I'm going to do a little review of these hook sets. These ones also seemed like such a good bargain. They again have this nice sort of rubbery textured handle. They also are an 8 set, but these are definitely inline. They look to me like these prim hooks, but you can see a very short shaft on it. So I wonder, like, if I was doing a bobble stitch, do I have enough space for all those loops on it? That's my question with these. They're good length. I can already tell that from however you hold your hook. I think I can't even think about, no, I hold it like this. So I guess I hold knife. This is pencil. Both seem to, I was pleased with these when I saw them because they look like a plastic version of Susan Bates. Good price. Again, I think we go from 2 to 6. No, this goes from 2.5 to 6. And 2.5 to 6. So give those a try. And then I also bought these because they looked pretty, and I like pretty. They are also inline, but you can see here much longer shaft on them. So you could definitely get your bobble loops on there. But it's a hard, I mean, it's a pretty handle, but it's a hard handle and it's very ribbed. So I know some people don't like that. I do not have sensitive hands. And I, so far, don't get hand pain or any of those issues. So for me, that handle is not going to be a problem. But if you do have any kind of sensitivity, these probably won't be the hooks for you. But I'm going to give them a try. I'm going to work up a project in them, try them with some different yarns and see. So if you're interested in the hooks, and if you want a whole set, maybe you're starting out and you need a whole set, or you only have a couple of sizes and you, for special projects or that, want to be able to go and grab a hook of whatever the size is. After I finish traveling, if they haven't been confiscated by airport security, I will keep them in the notions bag that I keep in my car. Because I spend a lot of time sitting in a car waiting for kids. We spend a lot of time driving places, and I always want to be cooking if I can. I don't like to just sit and not have something to work on. So having a set in the car, I always have a ball of yarn in my purse. So I'm always good to go for that unexpected traffic jam when my husband is driving. I do not drive and crochet. Let me be clear about that. There is no driving while under the influence of crochet. But if I'm sitting in the passenger seat and we get stuck, then I will have something to work with, because all of my purses have at least one ball of yarn in them. I think the cars also have. I never want to be unprepared. So that they will end up in my emergency projects stash. Unless I totally fall in love with them and I throw my Susan Bates out. I don't think that's going to happen. But we'll see. So that's what I got as far as notions go. No potions. I always think it's such a silly word that we call them notions. Like, notions are these things that I get in my head. I have the notion that I'm going to work on a scarf later. But I don't think of objects as notions. And then I always want to say, and potions, notions and potions. And there really aren't any potions unless wool wash is considered a potion. Now I'm rambling about nonsense. Just push that subscribe button before you leave. Maybe also that thumbs up button. If you have any comments about any of this stuff, or if you've tried the hooks, what do you think? Be interested in all of that. So until next time, have a great day.